morning, everyone, and welcome to the final day and the renewable energy session of the Petroleum User Group 2021. My name is Billy Patel, and along with my colleague Alessandra Millican, we would like to welcome you to today's renewable energy session. We are both pleased and honoured to have you in attendance with us today. Renewable energy presentations have featured as part of the PUG over many years, as operators historically have expanded their portfolios to include wind and solar investments. That trend is clearly accelerating. We all watch the news, we all see what's going on in the industry. And this is now accelerating quickly to also include things like biofuels, geothermal, which we'll look at later on today, hydrogen and hydro as well. And it's a pleasure for us to see the numbers that are attending our dedicated renewable energy session today. Along those lines, I'd like to give recognition to the growing number of independent renewable energy operators, our partners, educators and educational institutions, and public research agencies joining us virtually today. It's great to see this renewable energy community grow and take a life of its own. We'll talk more about that towards the end of this particular session and how we at Esri can further support you as an independent renewable energy community. But for now, let's focus on today and specifically the next couple of hours or so for this particular session. Dal showed this slide in a slightly different form in the plenary, and it's a thread that has run through all of the presentations that we've had so far. The purpose of today is essentially to provide a forum where people can share and learn from each other. People can learn what other people have done, and ultimately it allows all of the members of the renewable energy community to learn more about the benefits of geospatial technology. Your reason for being here today, it could be that you are trying to create a vision or trying to create the strategies to be able to get there. You may be here to seek understanding and find guidance on some of the things that you aspire to be doing. You may be here to see how others have implemented technology that validate your own aspirations. All of these, of course, are valid and great reasons. And what we have found in many of the communities that we support is that this willingness to come together, share knowledge and experiences, it essentially strengthens us as a community as a whole. What this actually ends up doing is making us all get to where we want to get to, helping us to achieve those goals in a much quicker, much more efficient, possibly even a safer way. Our part in this, and by that I mean Esri, is first of all to provide a forum like this for you to be able to exchange those ideas. And we're so pleased today to have a terrific agenda of varied talks. In reality, we had way much more material that we can actually accommodate, but that's actually put us in a very good position where we need to think about how we actually have a longer renewable session at the PUG. Maybe we have more webinars around this, and specifically wanting to get you involved because this is your community. We'd love to get your feedback on how we should do that. The talks today will focus on not just the business of renewable energy, but also how the use of technology is supporting certain workflows, how commercial off-the-shelf applications are being implemented or being deployed. There's also opportunities to see how companies have developed their own solutions based on that software, ultimately to create business value. I'm sure you have all seen the agenda. Nevertheless, I'll hand over to my colleague Alessandra to recap.
Yeah, thank you so much, Billy. And hello, everyone. For anyone I haven't personally met, I'm Alessandra. And it is safe to say there's a really terrific mix of renewable energy operators and service partners who will share how they are applying geospatial technologies to wind, solar, and geothermal projects today. All of them really demonstrating innovation, the progress they've made, and the smart things they've done and are planning to do with geospatial technologies. So as per our agenda today, we will have some time after the presentations for a live Q&A with our fantastic speakers. So on your screen, just to the right of this live video, you should see a chat feature where you can actually submit your questions throughout our entire time today. And since we'll be covering a lot of ground in all things renewables, we do encourage you to post any questions as they occur to you during the presentations in that comment box. And also, little helpful tip, when typing in your question, it really helps us if you reference the specific section or presenter for your question, and we'll do our best to answer all the questions at the end of our session. So when you think about it, many of the implementation scenarios that we'll show today have a lot of great similarities to the oil and gas business. Where to place a wind turbine or solar plant, how to engineer its construction and implementation, optimizing field maintenance, and protecting field staff and assets from harm. They're also expanding adoptions of innovative technology development, like geothermal, which we'll look at today, that more and more oil and gas companies are exploring to harmonize their portfolios. So as you watch the various presentations today, we'd like you to think of these 4 themes which struck Billy and I as we reviewed the material in preparation for this meeting. Number 1, growing investments. How quickly some companies are moving to diversify their portfolios and embrace renewables or pivot entirely in that direction. Acceleration, how swiftly renewable energy industry and all companies involved are rapidly growing, and how all energy associated companies can gain an advantageous position in this relatively new sector. Next, diversity and opportunity. How much room there is for everyone to develop skills or specialisms in this rapidly growing arena. Some will undoubtedly focus on one area or another, while others will hedge their bets. And of course, why we're all here in attendance today, the relevance of spatial technologies and experience. There's a tremendous familiarity in the workflows described in these renewable case study examples, and therefore spatial analysis is clearly imperative to their effective implementation.